Okay, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we have my co-host Vike. Say hello, Vike. And then we also have a recurring second guest, Pathfinder,
Hello, hello.
or Pathos Velvet Cake. And then we
Yo,
have
go find her.
a black girl from
Oh,
some fucking Canuck or some shit. I don't know. All right, so let's begin with the questions. I'm gonna ask Pathfinder, if tomato is a
Yeah, go
fruit,
ahead.
does that make ketchup a smoothie?
You know what? I've never thought about it like that.
Can
Um,
you explain in
I,
depth your answer?
I mean, technically, if it is a fruit, then yeah, tomato soup would mean that that would honestly mean that if you like eat grilled cheese with tomato soup, then it would be like dipping it in a smoothie, right?
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean,
All right, here's another
smoothies are
question.
good.
If you drop your bread and it lands butter side down, and you drop a cat on its feet, what happens if you strap the buttered bread to the cat's back?
Um,
Does it
isn't
create
that
like
how
a
they
new?
made the particle Isn't that how
Yeah,
they made the particle
would that
accelerator?
create an infinite source of electricity?
I
Is that how the government gets its power in the
I
Pentagon?
think that's what Elon Musk is trying to use to go to Mars.
Interesting. All right.
Infinite source of power.
Does a person weigh more or less after they fart?
Personally, I weigh more because like the GERD has to build
badass.
up.
The GERD. All right. If time heals all wounds, what flavor is the scar?
Um,
Are you having trouble answering the questions?
peach. I
Peach?
would say probably peach, because like I don't know if you ever like ended up cutting yourself by accident or something. Like it happened to me earlier today at work, and
Okay, I do
I
not care about
tasted
your
I
job. Let's
tasted my
continue.
blood and okay.
If you run really fast in a circle, can you trip over your own past?
Um, there is a
We'll
chance,
skip
but
that question. If today is yesterday's tomorrow, why is today still so far away?
um,
It's a very simple question.
if today is yesterday's tomorrow,
If today is yesterday's tomorrow, why is tomorrow still so far away?
I think it's because it's tomorrow.
Hmm. If nothing is impossible, is it impossible for something to be impossible?
If Well, it's impossible to be nothing. So
Can you explain that more in depth?
so if you like we were talking about with the cat and the electricity, right?
I said nothing about a
Infinite
cat.
um infinite power. That's impossible, right? So that means how is that impossible if nothing is impossible?
Okay, we'll just move on with the questions. If your broom has a new handle and then a new brush head, is it still the same broom? And if you save the old parts and build another broom, which one owes you rent?
Is this a reference to billionaires putting new organs in their bodies?
No, it has no. I said nothing about billionaires.
But if you were to replace like the human heart and every major organ as it failed, would that keep you alive? Would you become young again?
Let's move on with the questions. We're gonna skip that one. We'll come back to it later. Can a mirror feel lonely when no one is standing in front of it?
That's a question for Maya.
Maya, I have a singular question for you.
Okay, what's your question?
Can a mirror feel lonely when nobody is standing in front of it?
Um, no, because it's an inanimate object.
You're an inanimate object. All right, let's
Get
continue
nerd.
with the questions. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound or is it just sulking?
um I mean, what is sound? If you sound is just like the vibrations, you know? If like it's like a like could you technically, I mean, do you even hear it to begin with? Even if you were there?
That's for you to decide.
See,
Okay, we'll
because
go to the
like
next question.
I personally am a big fan of vibrations.
I know you are, Pat. That's why you have one up your ass right now. If money doesn't grow on trees, why do banks have branches?
Money does grow on trees.
Where? What part of the tree does money grow on? Where am I gonna see Washington's face on a tree?
On the tree part.
To just the tree in general?
Yeah, I mean, I personally, that's how I make my money. I get my money off of trees.
Is it true that when you look at inanimate objects, you see money because you are a stinky Jew who wants to sell everything and make money?
Is that why Hitler killed the Jews?
Okay, moving on. If the Federal Reserve prints 1 trillion to buy a single paperclip, does the paperclip become the global reserve currency?
You know, that's a really good question. Because what is currency?
Money.
Well, of course, but
You know
what
that
is
thing that
money? I
makes
mean, you could just like I could just label my bottle cap as money.
it is money.
Is it?
If the world goes to shit, that's your only currency. All right, we're gonna move on with the questions because you're taking too long. All right. If a store offers a buy one get one free deal on a product that costs $0, did you just engineer a loophole for an infinite physical matter?
Well, personally, I think buy one get one free is a scam. Why am I buying it to begin with? It should always be free. You know, the communists in Russia, you know, they were onto something with their sharing is caring kind of idea.
Okay, I'm gonna give you more questions. These ones are more political. Which rate weighs more? Actually, no, not that one. All right. Why hasn't there been a transgender Disney princess yet? Do you fuck with that?
There is a transgender princess. I'm pretty sure her name's Moana.
Moana? I thought Moana was
Yeah.
a a Caribbean islander.
I mean, aren't you also a Caribbean islander?
Okay, moving on with the questions. Would
Does
uh
that make you a transgender?
okay. Who is the most evil person ever, and why isn't it a Jewish Buddhist?
Well, I think the most evil person ever would probably be Abraham Lincoln for the Emancipation Proclamation. Um,
Maya, do you have anything to say about that?
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
as you shouldn't.
Fucking black ass.
All
Oh,
right, all right. If a robot goes on strike for better oil, do you think it deserves to be fired or recycled?
Well, can a robot write a symphony?
Where's the voice changer? The robot one? Whatever. All right. Do you think the United States has effectively handled the economic crisis by giving out food stamps instead of people letting people work in your backyard?
See, food stamps are also a scam. See, why are we giving children Pop Tarts whenever we could be giving them like tomatoes since they are a fruit?
But if you eat Pop Tarts for too long, I feel like you'd end up like Jared from Subway.
Well, I mean that is a fair point. You know, I mean, Jared from Subway is a very attractive man, so I mean, I might need to start eating a lot of Pop
Path,
Tarts.
it is not opposite day. All right, let's continue. Would you agree that our Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton is the only candidate worth voting for?
they call him Crazy Bill for a reason. You know, I think Bill Clinton was onto something, just like the communists. He had the same kind of ideology where sharing is caring, except for the Middle East.
Okay.
We yeah.
Path, how much do you weigh?
Uh, Around 150-ish pounds.
Wait, actually. Okay, Path.
There's a chance.
If I gained 10 pounds, do you think I'd become as stupid as you?
Well, you got to let your brain rot a little more. I am like turning 93 this year.
Getting old, man. All
Fucking
right.
old ass.
Which weighs more, a pound of gold or a pound of diamonds?
Um, Probably like the Eiffel
Probably the
Tower.
dildo in his ass.
Yeah, the Eiffel Tower is the dildo in my ass.
Okay, let's continue. If you are not Jewish, why do you look exactly like a Jewish person trying to convince me they aren't Jewish? I'm saying this because you are ginger.
Um, have you ever watched a Lucky Charms commercial?
I have not. Can you explain it? Oh, fuck, voice crack.
So like basically he tries to hide his Lucky Charms from
Is
little
one the Rick and
kids.
Morty one?
My God.
Hmm?
Never mind. All right. Do
Can
you
you get
think
your little
do
minion
you
under
think that
control?
do you think that you could fight someone random on the street and win?
Mm, Unless he's big and black, I probably would win.
Well,
I mean,
you can
it,
fight people though, right?
yeah, generally speaking, I do have a black belt in Taekwondo.
Why do you claim you can fight people when you look like you've never been outside?
You saying that because I'm white?
No, I'm saying it because you're pale as shit. You look like a dead body or a
You
sick
look like a
Victorian child.
Can we get on to the next question?
Yeah, sure. Is your presence here right now a branding choice, or are you just exploiting your 15 minutes of fame?
Mm, it's more of a branding choice. I'm trying to get the Pathos name out there.
You mean Velvin?
Well, Pathos name. I'm trying to brand myself. I don't really give a fuck about anybody else.
All right, moving on. Do you think the government should tax people based on how annoying they are in public?
Oh, absolutely. I think they already do that, do they not?
So
I
how would they
mean,
implement the systems to do that?
they already did it with food stamps.
Fair point. If I punched a mime, would they make a sound, or would they just sue me in sign language?
I think what I just said about food stamps made the other guest leave. What happened there?
I'm pretty sure that she was cutting up food stamps and snorting them and eating food stamps, thinking that they were the food. So, yeah. Anyway,
Typical
Yeah,
food
I feel
stamp
it up
activity.
your ass.
all right. If you had to
It's a
choose between
black
saving a newborn baby or your verified checkmark, how fast would you delete the baby?
Oh, instantaneously. The baby wouldn't have even been born. I would have eliminated it before the mother was born.
Hmm.
I would have gone in time, I would have ran back in time and just gotten rid of the whole idea of the child.
Okay. Do you think your parents are genuinely proud of you, or are they just relieved that you moved out of the house?
Oh, definitely relieved that I moved out of the house. I mean, I had like a
The
really
house
crippling gambling addiction,
edition?
fuck, addiction.
Oh shit.
It was honestly crumbling the family. I would come home after, losing $800 on a blackjack table. I mean, we talked about blackjack last episode. Um,
Yeah, Black Ching.
and Yeah, Black Ching, and his soul really doesn't resonate with me anymore as much as it used to. So whenever I'd come home angry, the whole house would get sad instead of mad. I would be the only one
Hmm.
mad.
All right. If I give you $10,000 and never speak again, speak on the internet again, would you turn it down when your content is free anyway?
Mm, Honestly, I probably would turn it down. Like I said, I'm trying to get the Pathos name out there. So, I kind of have to get my brand out.
Like, what do you think about all this?
I think he's a fucking retard.
Get your minion under control, please.
All right.
Fuck you.
All right, fine then. If you were so humble, why did you agree to do an interview where the entire point is about talking about yourself?
Well,
He's got a dildo in his ass. It's like Ratatouille. It's like controlling him.
hmm. Yeah, I mean, you know what? He's honestly telling the truth. I may just have that.
All right. If you dress like a millionaire but act like you're constantly checking your bank account at the cash register,
Is that the question?
why do you dress like a millionaire but act like you're constantly checking your bank account at the cash register?
Oh, I mean, honestly, I am always checking my bank account at the cash register.
Because you
Times are
have
a little hard right now.
because you're waiting for your stimmy checks to come in from Joe Biden. We know. All right.
Well, honestly, it's more or less I have to avoid the people with the food stamps. At least I can check my bank account.
Okay. Do you think the education system failed you, or did you just actively choose to ignore everything they taught you?
Oh, absolutely, the education system failed me. I mean, have you ever asked an American to point at a map and find America? I mean, that should just answer it in itself.
I have no clue what you're talking about, but all right. If your vibe right now is a cry for help, should I call an ambulance or just cut to a commercial break?
You should probably just cut my head off.
Is that really how you feel?
I volunteer.
All right, we will be emailing your parents about this about the results of this question. All right. Why if you had to describe your entire life's purpose only using a sound effect, would it be a car crash or a deflating balloon?
It would honestly probably just be like a fart sound. Like in the beginning, it's nice and loud and it pops out, and
So a
then it
deflating
kind of
balloon.
dies off. I mean, yeah, I suppose
I'm
it'd
really
be like
not
a
that dumb.
deflating balloon.
All right. If you're the main character of your life, why does it feel like you are just an extra you are background extra in this room or in this
Mm,
VC?
I mean, the moment that I leave the call, you guys all just vanish from existence.
That is
So
not true. He is lying.
is
Untruth
it?
nuke incoming.
Okay, we'll continue on. Um, if your career was a stock, would you be short right now or hoping for a government bailout?
Probably hoping for a government bailout. I mean, honestly, like I said with the communism stuff, it's just like the government would have to bail me out of that. I mean, my financial situation in 2026 is just falling apart, just kind of like the crippling debt of the US.
I understand. All right.
Like banking is just, one solar flare away from being eliminated.
I think we're all one solar flare away from being eliminated, but we'll continue. All right. When
Took
people
a
look at
solar
you,
flare.
do you think they see you as a human being or do they just see you as an unfortunate series of bad life choices?
Probably see me as a rat.
You didn't answer my question.
Well, probably not as a human being, just because, like I said, I have that crippling gambling addiction on blackjack, and it's it's honestly turned me into something that isn't human.
Okay. If I muted your mic right now, would your existence lose 100% of value or just 99%?
Probably 99%.
Okay. Why do you talk with such confidence when you look like the default character model in a game nobody bought?
Don't you look like a Puerto Rican?
I do not. He is lying. Alright.
Looks like a
Do
dildo.
you actually possess talent, or do you just rely on the fact that that the internet has zero standards?
It's just a little fuckhead.
I think I have talent.
In what? Gooning?
Yeah, I
Ditto.
think you know that is one of my specialties.
It is.
I have a few,
Okay.
gooning, gambling, and women. Women are kind of in my specialties. I have like 200 wives.
Hmm. Alright.
I didn't know if I was Muslim.
You have a ex-girlfriend, right?
Unfortunately, I killed her though.
Oh, okay.
I buried her.
Alright, I have a question for you. Why are you no, this is a question for Vike actually. If I asked everyone whoever loved you to stand up, would you be the only one sitting down or would the room be completely empty?
Dildo pass ass.
Okay. Path, it's time for you to answer some questions. Why are you trying to sound deep when it's completely obvious that your brain cells are just playing ping pong against each other?
Oh no, they are. That's kind of how my brain functions though.
Interesting.
You know, ricocheting off of one brain cell to the other, and maybe it'll ricochet off your brain cell, and then
Are you
we
saying
get
that
a combined
your
effort.
brain is full of balls that aren't down there?
I have many balls that aren't down there. I don't even have balls down there.
So you are a transgender.
No,
You are retard,
I,
as
you
Borat
know,
says.
I lost one of them, and they called me One Ball Willie. And then I lost the other one, and now they call me Zero Ball Xander. So,
So a point in your life, you were basically saying that you are Adolf Hitler with one ball.
uh, yeah, I would say so. I mean, he also had a lot of ping pongs bouncing around in his head.
Interesting. If your bank account matched your actual intelligence, how deep in debt would you be right now?
I would have 98 cents.
Sense? Okay.
I
Mhm.
wouldn't be in debt quite, but I would have 98 cents.
Elaborate on it further.
Well, you see, whenever you like a dollar would be probably around 1 IQ, I would assume. And I don't quite have that, but I also, I'm not falling too short behind. Like I said, there's ping pongs in there. Like they're bouncing around all right.
Okay, Pat, I have another question for you. When you look at your parents, do you apologize to them with your eyes, or do you generally think you did a good job? Did a good job.
Apologize to them with my eyes.
Hmm.
Can you elaborate?
When you look at your parents, do you apologize to them with your eyes, or do you think you generally did a good job?
Um, well, I do give them the sad puppy eyes, and then they, beat the shit out of me because I lost $800 on blackjack. But
I thought it was because you were 21 asking for more money from your parents.
yeah, partly for my, gambling and my gooning. I do have to pay my subscriptions.
Okay. If we did a background check on your soul, will we find anything here at all, or is it just an empty room with a mirror?
Do I even have a soul? Do you have a soul? I know Vike might not have a soul.
Vike does not have
I
a soul.
have a
He
s-
has
No,
something
no,
wrong with
no.
his
I
head.
have a soul. Nope.
He does not have a soul.
I'm gonna no scope you with the dildo in Fortnite.
I think Dan got to him. Okay.
Mhm.
If your entire personality was put into a pill, would it be classified as a sedative or a biological hazard?
Probably a hazard. You know, I have a lot of addictions, including my gambling, and I also have a crippling weed addiction and a crippling nicotine addiction. You know, it's hard being a working American in this economy. And
I thought you were a retard.
well, you see, I am a retard, but it's also partly the addictions. I'd say it would be a little dangerous though, because you know, you would take a blood sample of me and then it would be like lime green.
Like Sprite,
Sprite is I suppose it'd be like Sprite.
you suppose?
Yeah, I was thinking more of like radioactive just because of the very minimal amount of brain activity that I got going on up there.
Hmm. Okay. All right, this is the last question. If your inner child met you right now, would they cry out disappointment or just walk away in silence?
They'd probably shoot me in the head.
But does your young self know to use a gun?
Yes.
Are
You
you
ever heard of
gaslighting me right now?
Uvalade? You ever heard of Uvalade?
What's a uvalade? I'm not a
I
female.
took part
I
in
don't
it.
have that organ.
You know, it was just an event that took place at a school. It was okay though. It was like a pep rally, but nobody wanted to attend it.
So you did the same thing as we do in Curland, and you purged the entire school of all the inactive people.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody that was inactive. Well, I kind of made people inactive.
I wonder why. All right, that's it for today's podcast, guys. Vike, you got any extra words to say?
I'm gonna rape everybody who's watching.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay.